Call a meeting to order on Wednesday, May 13th. First item up for bid is going to be the invocation by Ms. Ritchie.
Heavenly Father, be with us today. Grant us the wisdom to discern what is right, the courage to defend the public interest, and your guidance in all our deliberations. In your name we pray. Amen.
And pledged by Mr. Peters.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First item, it's not listed, but we're going to have DCMC come speak to us today. How are you?
Miss me? Did you miss me?
I've been crying every day.
I know.
All of us.
I know. Okay. So I do have some updates for y'all. The first thing is FEMA is officially back at work, at least for now. They do have an appropriation that'll run through the end of the fiscal year, so they are funded at least through September 30th. And at least for FEMA Region 6, which is y'all's region, they are trying diligently to start clearing the backlog that has accumulated over the last 6 months, if you will. Now, they still have these same pre-shutdown staffing issues that they had, but they are trying to clear things diligently. I will give them that. So, there has not been a considerable amount of movement in terms of money as it relates to y'all, but there has been movement in terms of responses and approvals and processing of things. So that does give me some cautious optimism, and y'all know how uncomfortable that is for me, that we will start to see things start to shake loose. The other thing that's going to play to y'all's benefit there is that currently, everything for Hurricane Laura, which is the majority of your mitigation projects, the period of performance right now expires in November. That's going to get extended for at least 2 years. But the closer we get to that date, the more pressure builds on FEMA to get things off of their plate and back to the state and to the locals. So that's going to play to our advantage as well. So a couple of specific updates for you. The last time I was here in working with Carly, we found that the parish had a Katrina HMGP grant to retrofit the courthouse, and there was about $200,000 that y'all had not been reimbursed. That money is now making its way through payment, and you should see it sometime in the next 30 to 60 days, and that is 100% federal money. Once that payment is done, we will then submit the final reimbursement request on that one, which is basically for your management cost, and then we'll be able to close that project out. And with that, I think all of your Katrina work will officially be closed. So that was a nice little gift to find that, you know, it was just under 200. I think it's like 198,000.
21 years later.
Well, no, technically, but you didn't spend that money until 22.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it took you 8 years to spend it. but it's coming back. So, the other thing on your awarded HMGP projects I can report is that yesterday, for the 2 generator projects for the town of Welch, we had the kickoff meeting with the vendor. So the town should issue them the notice to proceed this week. So those 2 projects actually should be done by the end of the year, because we're just buying generators and installing generators. So that's pretty straightforward.
What is the pending cost share adjustment? Was there a change that wasn't?
So there
100%?
was. So basically there was a deal brokered between GOSEP and OCD to use a portion of the state's LAURA CDBG DR allocation to offset the cost share for HMGP projects for LAURA. Now, you already had a cost share adjustment that was done under the previous administration to make those LAURA projects 90-10 instead of 75-25. So the state of Louisiana is paying that other 10% out of CDBG DR money. So all of your LAURA projects do not have a federal cost share on them. So they're all 100% federal, just like all your Katrina projects were 100% federal. That paperwork has all been submitted. We had to submit a formal request for it. It's working its way through. That's one of those things FEMA's trying to clear the backlog on. We are proceeding as though that's done, because for our part, it is. It's just not in the system quite yet.
Okay.
So yeah, so a lot of these have that notation, that's why. So, because FEMA will have to go back and amend the award itself, because they were awarded as 9010, so they'll have to, but that's all gonna happen behind the scenes. You won't get another notification. And then you also have, a flood mitigation assistance grant, which is to purchase a single residential property that repetitively floods. One of the other things FEMA's trying to clear the backlog on is we had to submit a budget modification for that, not to ask for more money, but basically to redistribute the money within the budget, because the appraisal came in a little bit higher. But because we have to modify the budget, we can't proceed until we have formal consent from FEMA on that. There's not gonna be an issue with that, they just have to sign off on it, and unfortunately, it kept getting caught in the various shutdowns. The property owner has been incredibly patient. I will say that, I talk to him every couple weeks. So once that one is done, we'll be able to proceed with that one. That one will also be really quick because the appraisal's already done. So essentially, it's buying a property, demolishing it, and returning it to green space. So that one should be pretty quick too. As far as your FEMA public assistance for Laura, for Delta, and for the 22 storms, I believe they were 22. All of your public assistance claims have been submitted. They have all been either obligated or validated. And we are in the process of closing out all the small projects. That's anything under $1 million in federal, well, 1.1 million in federal money, because we close those in batches. That paperwork will require signature. Carly, you should have it this week or early next week for all of them, because we got to do them individually. And then once that's done, the last piece on that will be putting together the parish's claim for management cost. So that's both our fees and any force account administrative time that we can document for the parish. We'll submit that under your Cat Z. That's 100% federal. Once that's done, everything else gets closed out. So. And then in your two CDBG-DR grants, that's the Topsy Drainage Project and the reconstruction of Firehouse Number 5. We are in the process of fee and scope negotiation with the vendors that were selected for those. We don't have final fee and scope yet, that's ongoing. But I do think we will get to that final fee and scope probably by the end of the month, and then I'll be able to make a recommendation to Ben on those proposals, and we'll be able to get those moving as well.
Fire District 5?
Yes, yeah, and it's just the firehouse, it's not the bays,
Right.
right, it's just the firehouse,
Right.
so. And then the last one is your community drinking water grant through the EPA. This is the legislative appropriation. We are also in fee and scope negotiation with the selected vendor there. I think we'll probably have their proposal by the end of the month at the latest. So once we have that proposal, I can make a recommendation, we can move forward with contracting on those. So, movement, movement, because we have a federal budget for some people.
I see that, you got Cheyenne Drive
Uh-huh.
back on,
So-
pending approval.
Yep, so that is according to GOSEP. I'll tell you the truth, I'm not convinced that she's correct about that. I have a conversation with them next week on both Cheyenne Drive and Clifton Road, because I don't think that's correct. So I'm gonna get that straightened out, but as of right now, that is the official status. So,
Ben and I rode there last week, where it flooded.
yeah,
We got 2 houses been vacated, nobody lives, they just
Okay.
let them go.
okay,
You know, it's a nice subdivision.
Yeah.
It needs to be correct.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So I'm gonna get that straightened out, and, because again, I don't think the information they gave us last week was correct. It doesn't read right to me.
I just hope we can do it before hurricane season.
Yep.
And where are you on the East Bayou Lacassine?
So we got the last round of questions on that one late last fall, early winter. They have not issued any additional questions on that one, I think largely because of the shutdown. But the last round of questions that we got, I think is probably the last round. because most of what they asked for were things that, until we do that design phase, we can't answer, right? And that's usually the sign from Region 6 that that's it. They're not gonna ask anything else. And then what they'll do is they'll take those specific data points that we said we can't answer until we do engineering and design, and they'll make those requirements for us to deliver at the end of the design phase. So I think that one's getting close. I think that is also one where the approaching timeline is gonna help, because that's obviously a project that's gonna take some time to do, right? That's
Yeah.
not gonna be a quick one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna come back with anything. If they do, it's gonna be minor. So,
No.
what else can I tell you?
It looks like Thompson, their ditch is moved on.
Yep, that one, that's one of the CDBG ones, so, yep.
How long you think that
I actually think that one's gonna go pretty quick, once we have the contract and we give them the notice to proceed. I actually think that one's gonna go pretty quick. So, because last summer, that's one of the ones that you did some cleanup on the scope and the location on, and so it's a pretty clear path on that one. There doesn't have to be a whole lot of investigation. I mean, we gotta do the math, right? We gotta ground truth it, but it's pretty clear what needs to happen. So,
And the generator in Roanoke was withdrawn,
yes,
and why is that?
it was at the request of the chief.
Cool. All right.
So when we withdrew that one, we included a provision in the withdrawal that said that we were not releasing that money back to the state. We were asking that it be reallocated to other projects, probably the safe room, because I had to tell them something, right? But we made it clear we were not releasing those funds back to the general pool for Louisiana to reallocate. So, what else?
I don't know anything else, unless anybody has anything? We sure appreciate it,
Okay,
as always.
all right. Well, I will be here with Carly all day tomorrow, so, yeah, feel free to come by and say hi.
Probably not. All right, so going through the meeting board, first thing we're gonna have the finance committee motion, report and motion to pay bills. Ms. Meyer?
The Finance Committee met on Monday, May 11th, 2026, at 7 a.m. The Finance Committee reviewed all bills presented for payment. All bills were in order, with the committee recommending payment. I move to pay all bills presented.
All right, moved by Ms. Meyer, second by
Second.
Mr. McKnight. All in favor? Any opposed? That'll pass. Ms. Meyer?
It is the Finance Committee's recommendation to approve signing up with the Capital One Card Program for the fire districts, the Office of Emergency Preparedness, the LSU Ag Center, and the 911 office. The committee will require the fire boards to sign off, allowing the chief to have a credit card for purchases, approving a limit for the credit card, and to monitor all purchases and sign off on the statement for payment. I make a motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
Moved by Mrs. Meyer, second by Mr. LaHern. All in favor? Any opposed? That'll pass. Ms. Meyer?
The Finance Committee recommends approving the renewal of a 3-year court call service agreement for the Regional Consolidated Jail in the amount of $7,560 annually to be paid out of jail funds. I make a motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
Moved by Mrs. Meyer,
Second.
second by Mr. LeBeau. All in favor? Any opposed? That'll pass.
The Finance Committee recommends approving a 1-year generator preventative maintenance agreement with KDM Sales and Service Incorporated for the Courthouse Annex, which is the police jury office, the William E. Broussard Event Center, the courthouse, and the Register of Voters office. I make a motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
Moved by Mrs. Myers, second by Chad. All in favor? Any opposed? I'm sorry.
The cost is, it's per inspection, David. There's a per general inspection cost, then there's another annual inspection cost. It varies for all different 4 locations because of the size of the generator. And then if there's anything, out of the ordinary beyond those inspections, there is a service fee for them to come out. But it was in line with our previous maintenance agreements that we've
Yeah, I
had.
think it's, for
And
them just
it's
to go
only-
look at them, it's what, 241 a generator, or 341?
Correct.
And then the maintenance, the annual maintenance is varied by the size of the generator from probably 400 to
Then they
1,000.
added their dog pound to it too, so.
Yes, and the animal shelter is included with that as well.
You talking about Bruno, huh?
Full service runs anywhere from $450 to $1,300.
Yeah. So if the generator was a little bit bigger, it was a little bit higher of a cost, Joseph.
Okay.
Air filters, everything. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
All right, Ms. Meyer?
The Finance Committee recommends approving the purchase of 3 Bell mowers in the amount of $48,000 to be paid out of special revenue funds. I make a motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
Moved by Mrs. Myers, second by Mr. Fruget.
How good is your mowers?
What?
Yeah, we currently own one.
It's a used
And it-
move.
And what we're doing is we're buying 3 more, so each yard can have one.
Good
It
to
is
go.
for mowing.
Yep.
They can do one side at a time. We currently have the boom mowers that y'all are aware of, but they're getting worn out, okay? And it's more cost effective for us to buy these that go in the back of the tractor, that use the PTO that's hardly been used on any of those tractors, instead of trying to replace the booms and the boom mowers. So that's basically what we're doing. We're adding 3 to the fleet, so each yard will have one. We might retire some of the boom mowers and be able to sell them and get some of our money back to help us compensate for the cost for buying the new ones. Right.
I
Highway
would-
equipment
yeah.
had that quote.
It'll do twice the cuttings that we do with the boom mowers, twice the miles.
And it does a better cutting job as well.
Yeah, we have 3 tractors that the boom is like 15 to 16 years old, and all, the boom's
Gilly
pretty brand
Board.
new, bushings of war, and so these will go in the back of those.
All right, anything else, anybody? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? That'll pass, Ms. Meyer?
The Finance Committee discussed the payment of the Southwest Louisiana Regional Planning Commission District's dues for 2025-2026 in the amount of $15,901.20 to be paid out of the general fund. It was approved by the committee to pay the dues just for the month of May in the amount of $1,325.10. I make a motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
Moved by Ms. Meyer, second by Mr. Chad. All in favor? Any opposed? That'll pass, Ms. Meyer?
The committee recommends ratifying the approval of the administrator to make repairs on the Able Road Bridge by Eleanor Construction Company of Kaplan in the amount of $6,292.50 to be paid out of Road Sales Tax District 1 funds. I make a motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
Moved by Ms. Meyer, second by Mr. LeBeau. Any questions?
That's on God's list.
Any questions?
Y'all, the change in that price was they had to add 7 additional boards, okay? So that's why it increased by a small fraction,
That's it?
okay?
All in favor? Any opposed? That motion will pass, Ms. Meyer?
Y'all, it's the committee's recommendation to approve the installation of a fence at our Welsh Maintenance Yard to be completed by our parish road crews using the quotes provided by Tractor Supply. I make a motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
Moved by Mrs. Myers, second by Mr. Chad Woods. Any discussion on that?
What's the price on it, and did we check around with all Tractor Supply?
Like Stein?
We're in,
The main cost is the price of the utility panels. They're $89 for 16 feet. They're 5 feet tall. That utility panel is a very, very small square panel, kind of resembling the same size as chain link fence. I really didn't find other vendors advertising that particular panel. They have cattle panels and
That's a
stuff.
2x4,
No, it's it's square. It's
not 2x2.
something like that.
Yeah, that's good, Ken.
So it's hard to climb, makes it difficult to climb. Your foot can't fit in the hole.
They weld it too. When you finish,
Right.
your whole welding.
We're gonna assume we're going to do this.
Soon raise some chickens in there after that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Because also, I mean, if they couldn't sit around and see if they could get.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, we could follow up on some other pricing as well. I mean, I mean, I don't think on the price could only go down, so we're happy to check other
I
vendors.
don't know if you'll find me anywhere else,
Not that cheap.
not you.
Yeah, 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 but that's not a problem.
Yeah, the price was presented to the finance committee. So I think it was 89
Yeah.
something a panel.
Yeah.
So
20-foot long.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's like one of the businesses out there to get an opportunity to.
Right. Well, we got other contracted bids and they were a lot higher.
Yeah, you can build somewhere else.
yeah, we had contractors bid it out, and one contractor quote was over 40,000, and the second contractor quote was over 30,000.
30,000.
So we're hoping to do this for a fraction of the cost, under 10, with our own crews doing the work, buying our own materials. And it will come out of district funds.
Any further questions? All right, all in favor for that? Any opposed? That motion will pass. Ms. Meyer?
Yeah, finally, it is the recommendation of the Finance Committee to approve the renewal of the Calcasieu Mechanical Maintenance Agreement and ultimately preventive maintenance agreement. I make the motion that we accept the committee's recommendation.
Moved by Ms. Meyer, second by Mr. Peterson. Any
Miss-
questions
Miss-
on that?
Ms. Myers, I believe the preventive maintenance was discussed, but I think ultimately the committee decided to move forward with the maintenance agreement because it was what we have currently and the prices did not change. The preventive maintenance, I think, was a lesser,
Yeah. Sorry, they were both.
not to use, I mean, that term can be used generically, but I think for them specifically, that was a specific, different agreement, so.
Yes,
And the third deal, we're voting on, not a price on it. So we don't know what the price is.
it's not in your folder
I didn't see it.
on the finance?
Yeah, well, it was in finance committee, but if they weren't on finance committee, I think that's the
Been
thing.
on these.
Yeah. But it was presented to finance committee though, Byron. I mean, they did look at it, but I know, I agree with what you're saying.
Byron, the cost did not go up.
Just needed
From
more.
what- The cost on that agreement
Did not go up.
did not go up.
Not a penny.
But the only thing I was saying, on these calls, the court, it ought to be a price. When we know what we paying on.
We review the prices, yes. They're not in the minutes, but we can start adding them to the minutes if you would so like.
You'd help. That way you know what you're voting on, how much.
Yeah, or just add it to the binder. Just have
Yeah.
the ladies do that. I think that's all he's asking.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Boyd?
Shit, look.
Anybody else?
The finance chair also reviewed the monthly budget
We have to vote on it.
as reported. Oh, go ahead.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, now, Ms. Meyer, I'm sorry.
We will approve the budget, the monthly budget as required.
Okay, we'll move on to number 2. A motion to approve the regular meeting minutes held on April the 8th, 2026, as written and submitted. Everyone has a copy. Moved by Mr. Adams, second by Mr. LeBeau. Any questions on that? All in favor? All opposed? That motion will pass. Next one is the zoning commission report. That'll be me. The zoning committee met on May 6, 2026 at 5:15. The commission held a public hearing on Mazen Hejaz application to rezone property at 20520 Frontage Road North, Highway, and zone it from A1 to I1 for a proposed borrow pit. Opposition was expressed by Kenny Oliver, or Olivier, of Kane View LLC, citing concerns about noise, dust, and road conditions, and the suitability of a borrow pit in a prime economic development area. Thomas Strubbs, representing the property owner, offered mitigation measures and explained the financial necessity following the failure of a prior development plan. The commission requested a legal survey and a detailed site plan. The application was subsequently withdrawn and no action was taken. Anybody has any questions on that? If not, that completes that. All right. So number 4 was withdrawn by the applicants. I'll let y'all have it on all of y'all's copies. Number 5 was also tied to that. That has also been withdrawn. So we'll move on to number 6. And motion to discuss and take action on approving a minor subdivision for Maria Isabel Martinez. So I'll need a motion on that. Bill LeBeau, second. Chad Woods, any discussion?
It meets everything, Ben?
All right, no discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion will pass. Number 7, a resolution ordering and calling special elections to be held in the parish of Jeff Davis Parish, state of Louisiana, to authorize the extension and rededication of the sales and use tax therein and road sales tax District 1 of the parish of Jeff Davis, state of Louisiana, to authorize the renewal of a sales and use tax therein, make an application to the State Bond Commission, and providing for other matters in connection therewith. I need a motion on that. Mr. Melvin Adams, second by Mr. McKnight. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion will pass. And then we'll have the Economic Development Committee report, Mr. Eastman.
The Economic Development Committee met on May 6, 2026 at 5:45 PM. The Economic Development Committee had a discussion on including additional parcels of land in the Lacassine and Roanoke areas to ensure comprehensive infrastructure support. It was emphasized that the developing infrastructure such as sewer or water treatment systems within these districts will benefit all businesses in the area, not just new businesses added. It is the committee's recommendation to authorize the administrator to begin identifying and mapping out additional parcels to the economic development districts to be presented and reviewed by the committee at the next meeting. I move to accept the committee's recommendation.
Second.
All right, moved by Mr. Eastman, second by Mr. McKnight. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, that'll pass. Thank you, Mr. Eastman. Number 9, motion to approve probation and parole to host an Opportunity Access Hub Job Fair at the William E. Broussard Event Center on Wednesday, May 20th, 2026, Wednesday, July 15th, 2026, and Wednesday, September 16th, 2026, and to grant permission for bi-monthly use of the event center for this purpose going forward.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Marcus Peterson. Second by Mr. Bill LeBeau. Any discussion? You have a question, Mr. Woods? No. All right, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, that motion will pass. All right, motion to discuss the draft request for proposals, the RFP for the new landfill operator, including potential operational and site maintenance requirements. I need a motion on that. Mr. LeBeau, second by Mr. McKnight. All right, any discussion?
We go to the landfill operator.
We haven't appointed
Well,
one yet.
no, it's not us. The committee's going to vote on that.
We just give them permission to do it.
Right. And I think what was coming up was, what Ben is saying is now is the time for us to have input on what we want that as far as a jury, what we want that agreement to look like. So I think you see in there, you know, he's talking about, well, all-weather road, signage maintained on the road at every turn point. I think it's, if you've been out there, it's very difficult to go, which way do you go? I mean, I got hung up one time, I couldn't tell up on the hill where to turn, ended up going around the backside of the hill, almost got stuck, you know? So I think there need to be somebody up there at all times if consumers are going up on the hill, which generally they don't like that, but sometimes they have to. And then one of the things I'd like to see is right now there's a roll-off, a couple of roll-off boxes right there at the office where you can go and dump your trash cans. Well, there are individuals such as myself that have dump wagons, dump trailers, but I'm not a commercial hauler. I don't tear down houses. I don't, you know, bring out roofing materials and that kind of stuff. So I would rather not drive up on that hill. So I would like some kind of area for them, for me and others to be able to drop, you know, go out with their dump trailers and drive back to a spot and dump it. The way the bins are set up now, you can't get close enough and dump. So you got, if I go with my dump trailer, I got to hand offload it, which, I mean, I'll do it because I don't want to go up on the hill. But to me, they could accommodate everyday folk that have that. So that was one of the things I had brought up. And then, you know, they've got on here, tipping area must be bladed and dozed between offloads. You know, the town of Elton, the town of Lake Arthur went up there and tore up their truck year before last, brand new truck, major damage, because as they were backing up or pulling forward, something popped up out of the ground and tore off his hydraulic system, basically. So, you know, we need to get that operator to maintain it as needed, so. And then that's the courtesy dump area is that area that they have now, so, is what I was thinking. So that's kind of, you know, do we want to have those kind of things included in there?
Yeah, so basically, anything y'all, I mean, I've been to the dump quite a few times, I think we all have, it's an adventure. But anything y'all think that we would need to do out there that y'all have gotten, by y'all driving out there and using it, or anything that you see that would maybe improve it, we need to know those things if we can.
Your constituents, you know?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So when do y'all plan on submitting, y'all have any idea, Ben? I know y'all still in the preliminary stages.
There's a meeting next week. I think I forwarded everyone the agenda in the packet. I am lobbying to slow this process down some and maybe try to carry it over multiple months. I think there is a push to get it approved soon to go out. The contract has to be in place by July of next year, so there's not that big of a window, and you know, the advertisement period, and there's a period which you and the selected vendor, you know, have to go through negotiation of the contract. So, I mean, in your packet and that list of stuff, I kind of sent to Steve just as a kind of kick off some ideas as soon as possible, or if y'all like those ideas, let me know. So.
Okay, and we could also have another committee meeting if we want on it.
Whatever you want.
If y'all want to kind of gather some thoughts together, we could put it on the agenda for May.
So the last operator agreement, I believe, was like 20 years, and you know, no telling how long this one's going to last. So this a big economic driver, impacts the whole parish. I just want everyone's opportunity and input. I want the jurors to be involved in the process if they want to be.
And one thing I'll just add, you know, the landfill was in terrible shape up until about 6-8 months ago, whenever, in my opinion, okay, I'll just say that when Republic decided, oh, we want a shot at getting it again, well then, I mean, from the interstate, because I haven't driven out there lately, but from the interstate, it looks a whole lot better than it has in the past. And I think it's due to the fact that now they realize this is a moneymaker for them, and they want to make it look pretty. So they're doing what's supposed to be done, but they didn't do it before. So that's why, you know, we need to put some stipulations. This is how we want our landfill run, because it's our landfill. And when I say our, I mean the whole parish. You know, Welsh has a stake in it, Lake Arthur has a stake in it, Jennings does, and so does the parish government, so.
All right, anything else, Mr. Boudreaux?
So, I mean, if y'all want a motion to that list or postpone, I would like to, better go to the landfill committee and say, what's the police jury's desire? Maybe more time, maybe these things, whatever. So that I
But your
can,
meeting is next week, you talking about?
next Tuesday at 5:30 PM.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to look at adding some of the things to it. I don't know if the entire,
Steve's got a good eye about putting stipulations, how to keep it up.
oh, definitely, because that was some of the issues we had with the last one. It was kind of wide open. And when they went to tell them that, you know, hey, you can't do that, they said, well, it's not written anywhere.
So, I would make a motion that we add these items to,
To submit
Ben's
to the-
report to the landfill commission.
Okay.
Because Ben represents us at that landfill commission. And then, I don't want to see us delaying it because it is time sensitive. So we move forward with this and we let them roll. So,
All right, so motion by Mr. Eastman, second by Mr. Chad. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, that motion will pass. Thank you. All right, next we have, number 11, motion to accept the resignation of Marcia Pfeiffer of the library board for a term ending 6/3/2026. I need a motion on that. Moved by Mr. Rouget, second by Ms. Myers. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That'll pass. All right, motion to receive nominations and appoint a board member to the library board to fill the vacancy left by Marcia Pfeiffer for a 3-year term beginning on 5/10/2026 and ending on 5/31/2029. As a note, the library board has emailed us and asked the police bureau to consider Naomi Benoit to fill this vacancy. So with that, I need a motion to,
Motion.
motion by Mr. Frugier, second by Mr. Melvin. All right, any discussion? We're gonna nominate Naomi?
Yeah,
Is that correct?
that's the motion to nominate, Ms.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want me to reword it, I can.
You
probably
you
should,
just
huh?
clarified it, so that's fine.
Okay,
Well, you have a motion to.
to nominate her.
yeah, does anybody else? I mean,
Anybody else wanna
Yeah, you
have a
to ask.
nomination for it?
I don't think I know Miss Benoit or.
Oh, I know her. Yeah,
You
she
do?
was a school
Okay.
teacher for
Yeah, she was-
about 30 years.
Okay, maybe I just don't know her.
I know,
by name.
at the same time.
Yeah. She's a good lady.
Good.
And so, not receiving any other nominations, we'll close them, then, all in favor?
Aye.
For Naomi? Any opposed? All right, so Naomi will take that board. Think I did that right, Lance?
Sir?
I think I did that right? All right, good. Number 13, motion to receive nominations and appoint a board member to the library board for a 2-year term beginning on 6/4/26 and ending on 5/31/28. As a note, Ms. Frances Shroud was contacted and asked to be reappointed to the board. So if y'all would like to reappoint her to the board, I need a motion. Motion by Mr. David, second by Mr. Tim McKnight.
Any other nominations?
Any other nominees? All right, no other further nominees, we'll close it. All in favor for Ms. Shroud? Any opposed? All right, Ms. Shroud will be appointed to the board, reappointed. Number 14, motion to discuss and take action authorizing the parish administrator to advertise for public bid for the procurement of a food service supplier for the Regional Consolidated Jail.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Marcus Peterson, second by
I'll second.
Mr. Donald Woods. All right, any discussion on that? So is it just time just to re-up for the?
Yes, yes.
It's not that the previous vendor did anything wrong or anything, just time to rebid it?
Well, we've kind of had conversations with the warden, assistant warden, about ways that we could potentially improve, and one of their requests is that during Lent on Fridays, that instead of a double portions of beans, that a seafood option be offered. So I think that's one of the main requests that they had.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right, any discussion on it? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so that motion will pass. And Fairground Committee's report?
Yep. Fairgrounds Committee met on May 6th, 2026 at 5:30 PM. The Fairground Committee had a discussion on putting camping spot at Hoosier Park. This would include tent space and 3 or 4 RV spaces. The RV spaces would be short-term rental and would have water and electricity. The Fairground Committee discussion updating the price list on the rental of the William E. Broussard Event Center. It was the committee's recommendation to allow the administrator to prepare and propose a new rates for the committee to review. The Fairground Committee also recommended moving forward with a third-party vendor to implement a self-service QR code system for reservations and payment in the fairgrounds, and in the future at the Hoosier Park. I motion to accept the committee's recommendation.
All right, moved by Mr. Chadwood, second by Donald. Any discussion? Ben, you want to explain the QR code, just so everybody understand it?
Yeah, for $750, there's a company that'll come up and they'll set up signage that we can place at tent locations or these RV spots at the fairgrounds for different events such as rodeos. It's a one-time cost. Thereafter, they keep 10% of the revenues. They provide a number on the signs that do a support, a call center that they, if someone has an issue with payments, they'll take the initial call and help the customer process the payment. And they'll have backup emergency numbers like to contact us. And so it's a nominal percentage cost long-term with a small setup fee. So, I mean, mostly we need it for rodeo events. Now that we're having more events, someone comes in late at night, want to hook up their living quarters or whatever, and there's no real mechanism for us to go and unlock the box or so.
All right, any questions on that? All right, so that concludes the report. We need a motion to conclude it. All right, we had a motion. Did we have a motion?
Yeah, we had a motion.
And a second. All right, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, thank you, Mr. Chad. All right, number 16, motion to purchase a 2021 John Deere backhoe with a 1-year remaining warranty in the amount of $59,900. As a note, the thing has full warranty until May the 22nd, 2027, and the current hours are 1,927. So I need a motion on that.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. McKnight, second by
Second.
Mr. Peterson. Any discussion on that?
Yeah, what's the hour limitation on the warranty?
Good question.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I know on Kubota's is 2,000. She's tapping right there.
I don't think so. I think it was, they were high hours because we reduced them for the last backhoe. We reduced them to $750 a year. I think they were like 1,000 a year, so it probably was like 4,000 hours.
And this is our lease return? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So I mean, after this, we'd have to get some formal quotes and as documentation the following the Louisiana law requirements. But from my initial quotes that I got or looking online, the backhoe at this age at that hour ranges between 80 to over $100,000. That's kind of a price that you find for one with no cab, honestly. So I think it's,
Who had it, Bill?
I don't remember.
Are we replacing something or adding
It's
something?
one that we have on lease.
Yeah,
that-
we're just buying out our
Right,
lease,
right.
is what we're doing.
Well, it's not really buying out lease, it's a sale offer to us.
Right, but I mean, you're not,
Yes.
you're not
Not
buying
leasing
another
it
tractor,
anymore.
we're taking one of our lease units and
Right.
just putting it in.
We either have to turn it in or we have to buy it for this price.
Okay, and we
We've
know
done
the
it
unit.
before.
And we know the unit, so,
And 2,000 is relatively low hours.
all right. Any further discussion on that?
The only thing I have no problem doing it, but just make sure that it's not 2,000 hours.
Okay.
Because now you don't have hardly any warranty. You got time, but no hours.
What fund are we paying for this out of?
All right, any other questions? All right, do you wanna change the wording on it to check the hours, but go ahead and move forward with it? Or just go ahead and,
Yes, you can. One would be that we get, it's the lowest price on when we get some official quotes and that the warranty does not expire at 2,000 hours.
okay, all right, so that'll be done, so all in favor of that? Any opposed? All right, number 17, motion to establish staggered terms and appoint for the following current landfill commission members whose terms are not presently defined, and to revoke and any prior appointments to conflict there herewith. So Ben Boudreau would act as the first appointee with the term expiration date of December 31st, 2027, and Mike Heinen as the second appointee, replacing Mr. Leroy Fall with the term of expiration date of December 31st, 2028. I need a motion on that.
How
So
we
moved.
voting on that?
Moved by Mr. Eastman. One second. Second by Mr. McKnight. Any discussion, Mr. Bullard?
How do we vote on that? We vote for Ben first, and then for Mike Conner?
Ask,
That's fine.
yeah, okay.
So we get two
Well,
different votes.
Yeah, we'll do different votes according to that. All right, so,
I have a question. Why is it stating revoke? There's no present terms for our two appointees?
Correct.
I've never had a statement saying revoke. What are we revoking?
We ain't
So
never done that.
we've never had terms on them.
So just to be,
So if we don't have terms on them, we're revoking appointments?
it's
What are we
revoked.
revoking?
Anything in conflict. So in case that we got just to make things clean and make sure that in case we didn't do the dates correct or, this would supersede any prior. When we reestablished term limits on all our other board members last December, we kind of used this same verbiage. That's why I used it again here. The reason why we didn't put term limits on me, well, for the landfill commissioners, I was under the impression that it was appointed directly by the president. I didn't know who the president was going to be. I wanted the president the ability to potentially change those members. Kind of talking with, and looking back, those appointees have been always approved by the police jury. So technically, we could have set those dates in December, but I've been asking Butch to kind of let me know for a couple of months now, and so he's finally kind of made a decision to move forward in this direction.
okay. So, does that clarify for you, Ms. Myers?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna first go forward with Ben Boudreau.
I think Byron's got another question.
Oh, Byron had another question. Sorry, Byron.
How you gonna state that second? How's it gonna be worded?
How's it gonna be worded?
Well-
We're either gonna vote for him, and Mike Heine will be selected as the second appointee, replacing, with the term expiration date of December 31st, 2028.
So
We should take nominations of,
we vote to put him in.
Pardon me?
for appointments, we have to take nominations.
We have to take nominations, okay.
My question is, I don't have a problem with this. I think it should have been discussed a little prior to this, or before this, I should say. replacing somebody, because I think we just had a miscommunication over the water board, and I'm not taking sides to nobody. I know all three of these guys very well. If we're replacing Leroy with Mike, Leroy is gonna go to as the alternate, is what,
No, I don't
Not
think we're gonna have an
replacing.
alternate anymore, am I correct? There's no alternates, Lance?
So technically, and
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's a good question.
whenever I came on as president,
Right.
I put myself on as a member and Leroy, and I wanted to have, because I knew sometimes we were missing two people, and we have 2 votes at that meeting.
Right.
So I put us as an alternate. Rick Arsenault told me later that nobody has an alternate. So technically, we've never really truly had an alternate, but I've always said we did. So that's what we're trying to do here, is make sure that we have 2 votes that represent what we say as a jury. And that's what happened recently. We told our representatives that this is what we wanted to do, and when it came to the meeting, they didn't vote that way.
Anything else? All right, so I'm gonna, and just correct me if I'm doing it wrong, Lance. So I'm gonna have a motion to make Ben Boudreaux the first appointee. I need a motion for that.
No, we need
No?
a motion to take nominations for the first appointment.
All right, motion to take nominations for the first appointment. Need a motion on that. Moved by Mr. McKnight, second by Mr. Peterson. All in favor of appointing Mr. Boudreaux, say aye.
No, you gotta take nominations.
Yes, the
What's that?
nomination.
You have to take nominations.
All right,
So,
Just a question,
Tim,
Lance.
you're nominating
You have to close.
Ben Boudreaux.
Well, I made the motion to open nominations.
Right.
Now I can make a motion to,
Or now you can just nominate somebody.
Yes.
well, that's right.
All right, go
I
ahead.
don't have to motion, I just nominate Ben Boudreaux as our appointee,
First appointed.
first
first
appointee.
appointee. Second by Mr. Peterson.
It don't need a second.
Now you ask.
Don't need a second.
Needs a
Don't need a
vote.
second.
All right,
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, yeah. So
So-
we kind of got ahead of ourselves because they're both in the same item. And that's, I didn't differentiate between those two. The first motion should be, as stated in 17, to establish a staggered terms
Okay,
and not to appoint the following, that shouldn't say that. It should say to establish staggered terms and revoke any prior appointments in conflict with those new terms. Okay, that'll vacate both of the appointees. Then we would move on to nominate and approve 2 appointments. Nominations can be anybody. It doesn't have to be the 2 people who are listed.
all right, so I'll make a motion to establish staggered terms and to revoke the not presently defined appointments of the landfill commission.
all right, so we have a motion by Mr. McKnight, second by Chad. All right, now we open it for nominations?
Nope.
Now I'll make a
Vote on that.
Vote on that, all right.
gotta vote.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right,
That was up to
Now, first appointment.
first appointment, all right.
Nominations for first.
We don't do this much. All right, I need a nomination for the first appointment.
I nominate Ben Boudreaux as our first appointment.
Nomination by Mr.
With
McKnight,
his
second
term
by,
I don't
expired.
think you have to second.
no
It doesn't
second.
have to be a motion, just,
Nope.
that's the first nomination. Are
Just
there any other
nominate.
nominations?
Any other nominations for the first appointment?
President, move the nomination for the first one be closed.
There you go.
All right, we have a second.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Peterson. All right. All in favor of Ben? Any opposed? All right, and then, open up the nomination for.
Open up nominations for the second
alternate,
appointment.
for number 2, I'm sorry, not the alternate. Leroy Fall,
I nominate Mike Heinen.
Leroy Fall, second by Mr.
You don't
Bonner.
have a second.
No, don't have
You
a
don't need a
second. All right.
second. These are nominations.
All right, we nominated, I'm sorry.
My
All right.
President, I move
Mike
the nominations be closed at
Mike
this
Heinen.
time.
I
Second.
nominated Mr. Mike Heinen.
All right, Mr. Mike Heinen's nominated.
Move that it be closed.
Anybody else? Marcus moved to close it, second by Mr. McKnight. All right.
And now roll call vote on those two
All right,
nominations.
roll call vote. This will be for either Leroy Fall or Mike Heinen. Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mike Heinen.
Mike Heinen. Mr. Chad.
Mike Heinen.
Mr. Marcus Peterson.
So Leroy Fall.
Ms. Myers.
Mr. Fall.
Mr. McKnight.
Mike Heinen.
Mr. Melvin Adams.
Leroy Fall.
Mr. Bill LeBeau.
Leroy Fall.
Mr. Scotty Meyer. Scotty Cormier, sorry, I lost my mind.
Leroy.
Mr. Buller.
Leroy.
Mr. David.
Leroy.
Mr. Fruget.
Mike Heinen.
And Mr. Steve Eastman.
Mike Heinen.
All right. So 5-7. All right, so Mr. Leroy Fall will maintain that position on the board. All right. Now we're going to move to item number 18. Motion to enter into a corporate endeavor agreement with the water districts participating in the drinking water improvement project 2025007, funded through Senator Cassidy, establishing that each district shall reimburse the police bureau for grant administration fees attributable to work within its district, and that all infrastructure improvements constructed therein shall be accepted, operated, and maintained by the respective water district. I need a motion on that. Motion by Mr. Marcus Peterson,
Second.
second by Mr. LeBeau. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So that motion will pass. All right, so now, project report, we don't have one yet. That was, what's her name? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the administrator's report.
Well, did Alex, did you want to?
All right, Alex, come on up.
Evening, everyone. Alex Gilroy, Blue Wing Civil. 2 updates for the Topsy paving project. That's a CDBG funded project. We have a bid opening scheduled for May 21st. And then the courthouse renovations. Our contractor is currently painting and installing remainder of the ceiling grid. Last item to install after this is flooring, and then the sound boards and insulation between jury room and courthouse. We're expecting completion within 3 weeks or so. 2 quick updates. Any questions?
I don't-
Bid opening for Topsy paving project, May 21st. Will be a
Anybody have any
public bid
questions?
opening in this room, if any of y'all care to attend. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, thank you, Alex. All right, you got anything, Ben?
Couple quick things, at the jail, they'll be starting to haul in materials soon for the fence project. The bid opening for the asphalt overlay project will be at the end of this month. So, within the next few weeks, we'll have pricing on both the Topsy and the overlay project. So if there's consideration for a small chip seal project, we would need to know in short order. So
Okay.
be thinking of that.
Say two?
So you said it'd be closed at the end of the month for the project, for the overlay project?
Yes, at the end of this month.
Putting
And,
in,
huh?
I've had quite a few been putting in.
We can't see them. We can't see them.
Okay, I see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and as the president's report, unless you have something else, I don't have anything else, to be honest with you. All right, so it all done?
So
I need a
one
motion to adjourn.
one more thing.
One thing before we leave.
Oh, one thing.
The grant we got for the Safe Streets for All, that's kind of in it going forward. You're going to start seeing on Facebook some things about safe streets and promoting, and you'll see like little things about public outreach and stuff like that. And all that's related to that grant we received for the federal grant, Safe Streets for All, that was funded, and we got the match funded as well through Lotta Corps. So if you see that on Facebook, or you see that newspaper, you see that at an event, that's what that is related to. So
All right. And I don't have anything for the president's report, so we'll Take a motion to adjourn,
Not
Mr.
yet?
Marcus needed something.
You got something else? I thought you were talking about Ben.
No, just a reminder tomorrow that if you the jury members can be present, we have our hurricane conference tomorrow. So just to pass that along.
How long do you think that's gonna take, Mark?
I hope to be in out at tops at an hour and a half, maybe less, Steve,
Okay.
Where's that at?
at the fairgrounds.
You told me that last year.
How long was it?
6 o'clock.
You told me it was gonna last that last year, and it lasted way longer than
Well,
that.
yeah,
That Red Cross guy talked about.
Oh, it cost this year.
You're frying fish for that.
All right, anything else? Mr. Donald? Adjourn?
Second.